Thank you to the Altman Foundation and the Horace W. Goldsmith Foundation for helping make the PROJcast possible.
Welcome to our show. Join our flow. It's the 52nd Street PROJcast.
From the heart of Hell's Kitchen, this is the PROJcast, a podcast created by the community at the 52nd Street Project. I'm Garrett Kim, Program Director here at the project, and for this month's mini-episode, we have a few more storytelling pieces that we're just dying to share with you all. First up, we have a short personal story from project member Rodery. Let's take a listen.
How are you doing? So this story started 2 days before my birthday. So I was very excited, my birthday was coming up. And so I woke up and my brother asked me, do you want to go to Best Buy to buy a PS4? I'm like, sure, why not? So as soon as I got the chance, I asked him, who's it for? Is it me? And he goes, no, it's for a friend. He couldn't buy it, so because he was busy working, so I got it for him. And then he brings his friend on, and he puts him on the phone and saying, I'm on my way, I'll call you in a few. So he's calling his friend, it's his. And I had this feeling the PlayStation was mine, but it's not. So when I get to the store, as we're picking it up, I go like, I start thinking that it's mine. And I'm also starting to think, why would you buy a PlayStation 2 days before my birthday and not give it to me? and then I thought, why not brag to everyone when I get it? So then my birthday comes. Very excited. Very, very excited. But at the same time, I'm tired. Guess I'm getting old. And then, when I wake up, I go to the park to kill some time, because it's a long day. And then when I get home, my mom has a cake on her hand, and she brings it to the living room table. So I had to eat a slice of cake. And then it came to the time where I had to open my presents. There was these pair of sneakers and a hat. I loved it. It was beautiful. It was pretty. And then I started thinking about the PS4, and I'm like, so I bought that PS4. Where is it? And then he goes, it was for a friend. I told you already. So I got sad. My dreams were crushed. And then he says, there's something in the closet. And then I open the closet doors, and there's a PS4.
And that was Rodery. Next up, we have something a little bit different. So when we piloted our storytelling program, we gave the young storytellers a few options for what they could share at the performance. One of those options was to share a fictional story rather than a personal story, and that's exactly what project member Jayleen did. Here's Jayleen now.
It's 3:42, June 16th, in the front of Dunkin' Donuts, where every donut on the rack is being as noisy as possible. They're playing, yelling, screaming, laughing, except for one little donut. Her name was No Name. No Name was 3 years old and hasn't seen her family in 3 years, since she was born. And she is quiet because she really wants to see them, meet them, and see what they think of her. She wants to meet her mom, the dough, her dad, the frosting, specifically chocolate, her sister, the sprinkles, and her brother, the deep fryer. No Name is really sad about not seeing them, so she comes up with a master plan about being as ugly as possible so they can send her to the back of Dunkin' Donuts where her family is, to the employees only section is. And which probably won't work because she's really cute. So her first attempt is to shake off all of her sprinkles and frosting so she could be just a plain donut that no one wants to buy. But people thought that she was still adorable, and even if they didn't think she was adorable, it wouldn't have worked anyways because the employees put more sprinkles and more frosting on, and so she looked like a new donut. She was shiny, clean, and she had rainbow frosting. Who doesn't want rainbow frosting? So that was a fail. Her second attempt was to squeeze into a little raisin-shaped donut so no one would want her. And that didn't work because people thought that she was a new and improved shaped donut that was limited edition. Every kid wanted her. So that was a fail. Her third attempt was to work off all of her sprinkles and frosting. So she moved around a little bit. She did jumping jacks even though she doesn't have any arms. And she sweat off all of the sprinkles and frosting. So all she had was sweat on her. But that didn't work because people thought that she was the cutest glazed donut ever. So No Name has lost all hope of seeing her family ever again. And that night she could fall asleep because of that. She was so sad you could only see a tear shred from her eye turning into 10. So at 3 a.m., she overheard the manager and one of the employees talking about moving everything from the back of Dunkin' Donuts to the front due to renovations. And at that moment, No Name was super excited and she had the biggest smile on her face. She was so excited to see her family. She couldn't wait. Even then, she couldn't fall asleep because she was so excited. So she finally fell asleep with the biggest smile on her face. And when she woke up, No Name found all men working to put everything from back to the front. They were carrying ovens, utensils, food, everything. So No Name sat up and she watched the door that connected from the back, waiting for her family to roll by. She sat there for 3 hours and nothing. She was about to give up and lose all hope for seeing her family ever again. Right when No Name was about to turn around and give up, her family rolled by. They all had the biggest smile on their faces and was about to cry. They couldn't believe what they saw. No Name just wanted to go up to them and jump on them and give them a big hug, but No Name had no legs. And at that time, you could see No Name's sprinkle dimples, which has never been seen before. The end.
Thanks, Jayleen. Ooh, I'm craving donuts now. Anyway, last up, we're going to hear project member Natasha retell a story shared to her by one of our adult volunteers, Rachel Bonds. So you're going to hear one of our young people retell an experience that one of our adult volunteers had. Make sense? Great. Here's Natasha.
Okay, so my friend/partner told me a story about how when she was 15 years old and she just got her learner's permit, that she lived in the mountains, like the roads were very narrow and like windy, and like always got foggy. You could see something sometimes. And she hated driving, like she hated it. Last thing she ever wanted to do. And one day her dad was like, "Rachel, you're gonna drive me to the store." And her whole world just shut down. She was like, no. And he's over here like, "Rachel, it's now or never. Face your fear. Come on, you can do this." The parent talk, you know how they do. And she gave in. She was like, "Okay, I got this. I'll do it." So they get in the car. The engine starts. Get in the minivan, you know. She's driving. She's doing good so far. Like, she feels like a cool kid. She's like, "Yes, I got this." And, you know, everything's going good. Then, like, it gets really foggy. Like, you can see nothing. Like, you look like a blind person. So she gets scared. She's like, "Dad, oh my gosh, I can't see anything." He's like, "It's fine. Just drive slow." So she's like this, looking side to side, like, making sure everything's okay. And as they're, like, getting to driving, she sees a ditch. And, like, there's something in the ditch. So she's, like, looking, like, what is it? And then she's like, oh my God, there's a car in a ditch. Oh my God, that could have been me. So her dad's like, it's fine, relax. And he's looking at the road, and she's still being nosy. She's like this, oh my God. And then he's like, Rachel. She's like, what? And she looks in front of her, because he's like, look. And like, there's a policeman right in front of her, like literally right in front of her. She gets scared, and she's like, oh my God. And she swerves her car around. And then she makes a new friend, everyone. She goes in the ditch with the other car. And then it's like a moment of silence. Like, literally, you hear the wind whooshing, the leaves falling, crackle, crackle. And her dad's like, Rachel, are you okay? And she's all like, yeah, I'm fine. Surprisingly, she's fine. No concussion, nothing. So, obviously, they don't need to call anyone because there's another car, tow truck, and police. Everyone's already there. So as they're getting out, she's talking to herself in her mind. She's like, Rachel, even though we were cool for a second, and then we almost had near death on the side, it's okay. We faced our fear. We drove the car. We didn't die. We're all good. So, and that's the time she drove the grocery store. But just to let you guys know, she moved to a place where she never has to drive. There's taxis, cars, buses, all that stuff, which is New York. And that's the story of Rachel Bond.
You just heard project members Rodery, Jayleen, and Natasha. The PROJcast theme song was created by Justin and his smart partner Eric March and performed by Marinda Anderson, Rebecca, and Nicole. The PROJcast logo was created by Iris Brown. Audio assistance from Jonathan Anderson, Avi Amon, and Brian Freeland. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search the 52nd Street Project. The 52nd Street Project is supported by public funds from New York City's Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York State Council on the Arts. We are a nonprofit organization, and we're able to do what we do because of generous folks like you. Please go to our website 52project.org/donate to check out how you can support us. Every little bit helps. One last thing. If you find yourself in New York City at the end of this month, January 2018, be sure to check out Current Mood, the relatable plays. These are our 2-on-2s, so each play you'll see was written and directed by 2 volunteer artists and features a pair of project members performing together. The shows are January 26th, 27th, and 28th. For more information and to reserve your free tickets, go to our website 52project.org. We'll see you there.
See you next month.
Wait,
Nothing rhymes with month. On the 52nd Street PROJcast.